What's up, YouTube? And thank you so much for, I don't even know because my mind just went blank. So, thanks. Great, sorry, somebody just walked by my door and I was watching to see if they would look and stare at me and think I'm silly for talking to a camera. I was literally on the floor, laid out like, this is it. This is the end before it even began. What's up, YouTube, and thank you so much for joining me in my first ever video. I am super excited to start this journey, and I am very, very glad that you guys are here to experience it with me. My name is Devontae Kelly. I graduated this past May with my Bachelor's of Science in Interdisciplinary Ed. All that just to say, I can teach. So, I've been wanting to start a vlog for so long. I actually wanted to document my residency experience because one, I just love to have that for me to go back and watch over and over. Through my residency, I had a lot of positive experiences, so I would have loved to have shown that, but I had some special circumstances that come up that didn't allow me to video all that. But I'll get more into that later on in this video. I thought for a first vlog, what better way to introduce myself, let you guys know more about me, to get you guys into why I created this vlog, what this means to me, what I want to do with it. What better way than to do it with a teacher tag? And that's what this video is going to be all about. Originally, this teacher tag is actually kind of old. A lot of teachers have done this teacher tag with these questions last year. Even though it's kind of old, I'm still going to do it just because I think it'll still, you know, like I said before, let you guys in on me, give me a platform to introduce myself, give you some more insight about me. And let's just go ahead and get started. So the teacher tag that I'm going to be doing today has actually been done before by Fernanda at That One Happy Classroom. She did this teacher tag at the beginning of her first year of teaching when she started teaching kindergarten. And I feel like that would be a fantastic place for me to start as well, since I'm also starting my first year. I think that it'd be kind of fun for me to do these questions as well. So there are 10 questions, and my laptop is sitting right here by me. So I'm gonna be looking down from time to time. That's just me reading the questions. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So, question number 1 is, how long have you been teaching? What grades have you taught? Tell us about your background. And that includes your education, your internship experiences, all that good stuff. So, technically, I am a first-year teacher, but I've essentially been teaching for half of the school year. I just graduated this past May with my Bachelor's of Science in Interdisciplinary Studies. So that basically just means I could teach grades kindergarten up to grade 5. Now, the weird thing about my situation is that during my residency, I actually took over a first grade classroom. That last semester of your undergrad is residency. That whole last year really is your residency. So for residency 1, I was placed in a developmental kindergarten class. So with developmental kindergarten, it is for any kids that are essentially eligible to go to kindergarten, but they kind of lack some of those social and emotional skills, what some people call soft skills, what some people call life skills, but they're just social and emotional skills that need to be a little bit more developed to be able to achieve in kindergarten. So developmental kindergarten is most likely for those kids who are born in the summer and turn 5 in the summer. So those would be your kids that turn 5 in May, June, July, August, September, those that qualify to basically really get into kindergarten, but they kind of lack those skills that maybe a 5-year-old that turned 5 in December or November or October have been able to develop. So it's mostly just for those really, really just turned 5-year-olds. And like I said, it's just to help them develop for those social and emotional skills. If they are in developmental kindergarten, that doesn't mean that they're academically behind. It doesn't mean that anything is wrong. It's just that, you know, they just need a little bit more time to socially develop emotionally develop, kind of have more time to interact with their peers, have more time to regulate their feelings, and they just need more time to develop. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. The kids that I had were, oh my goodness, whiz kids, but they did need some of those skills as far as being able to sit in your seat and being able to listen through a story and be able to follow directions, which it don't matter whether you're in kindergarten, first grade, third grade, fifth grade, seventh grade, ninth grade. It doesn't matter who you are. You can't expect for people to be able to sit and listen and follow directions every single time they're given. But that is an essential part of kindergarten that they need some help on, and that's what developmental kindergarten is for. Now, that is not to say that no learning goes on in developmental kindergarten, because it most certainly does. In the classroom that I was in, it kind of combined some pre-K and kindergarten standards together. It kind of had like this pre-K kindergarten fusion where they reviewed some stuff they learned in pre-K, and then they actually learned stuff that they learned in kindergarten as well. But there really wasn't, to me, there wasn't a lot of emphasis on the mastery of it, because they're going to get that second dose when they get to the regular kindergarten class next year. So, yeah, it was an amazing experience. I had a fantastic mentor teacher. If you are watching, thank you so much for all that you've done for me. It was an amazing experience, and I would not trade it in for the world. Now, for my residency 2 experience, it got a little rocky. First off, because all throughout my education at my college, whenever we had any type of field experience, I was always placed in a kindergarten classroom. I was nowhere except for in kindergarten, so kindergarten was all I knew. So when I heard that when they do residency, they kind of get you in a lower grade for residency, and then for the other one, they put you in a higher grade. Sorry, so I just walked by my door and I was watching to see if they would look and stare at me and think I'm silly for talking to a camera, but they didn't see me, so it's good. Where was I? So they try to put you in a lower grade for one of your residencies and then in a higher grade for another residency. So me already having kindergarten that for residency 1, I was so scared that for residency 2, I was going to be put in like a 4th or 5th grade classroom. But to my surprise, I was put in, you guessed it, a kindergarten classroom. And it is with one of the best kindergarten teachers that I could have ever asked for. I mean, I look up to this woman so much. If you guys don't know, the kindergarten teacher that I was placed with, I actually worked at the same school that she was in when I did the before and after school care program. So I already knew her, and we really had this great relationship. So I was super excited to find out that I would be placed with her for my second residency. But then the time comes, and I get through the first week of residency, and it's all good. And one day, I get a call from the principal of the school that I was placed at. I got the call at 8 o'clock at night. I did not know who it was at first, so I didn't answer the phone, and she left a voicemail. When I heard the voicemail and realized who it was, I was like, oh my goodness, what in the world did you do? You messed up big time. You have a principal calling you at 8 o'clock at night. You are about to get kicked out of the program. You're about to not be able to teach anywhere. I was super nervous, so I called her back as quick as I could. And she goes, "Hey, is this Devontae?" And I was like, should I answer? Like, should I say yes? But I let her know it was me. And she was like, "Hey, this is so-and-so from such and such elementary. And I have a question for you." And I kid you not, I was standing when I first called her back. And when she asked me, when she told me she had a question for me, I was literally on the floor, laid out like, this is it. This is the end before it even began. But she says, I have a... Sorry, they passed by and they saw me. They kind of looked at me funny. But she says, I have a teacher that is resigning. And I'm like, okay. And she says, and I am currently looking for someone to take the position. And I'm like, but what does this have to do with me? And then and then she goes on to say, I would love it if you would consider taking her spot. And I say, do what? Because I'm like, what is she asking me? I mean, I just started residency, and I'm thinking, I'm in my residency. I can't do that because I don't have a license. I can't do that because I have a TPA. I can't do that because I'm not ready for it. And she says, don't worry about it. I've already talked to your school. I've already talked to your university supervisor. I've already talked to the director of schools, and I got all the stuff worked out. She said, I wanted to make sure that I had your best interest before I talked to you about it. I mean, she's already gotten approval from literally everyone that she needed to get it from before even asking me. And to me, that speaks volumes. She says, you can tell me no. I won't hold it against you. You are amazing. I've seen you with kids before, and there's no doubt in my mind that you are able to do this. But if you don't want to, then please say no. I don't want to force it on you. I don't want you to think that you have to take this. This is just an opportunity that came up that I thought that you would be great for. When I heard of this position coming open, you were the first person that I thought of, and I wanted to at least extend this offer to you. And again, she said, I know that this is during your residency. I know you have Ed TPA. I know you have all this stuff getting ready for graduation, and this is just adding 10 more plates essentially to all the stuff you have to do. And she said, and she was just like, if you want to say no, say no. I don't want to force it on you. I don't want you to think you have to take it, but I also would be super happy if you did. And after all of that, I just kind of sat there for a minute like, so you want me to teach? You want me to take over a class? And she was like, yes, I do. You'll obviously, you'll have a mentor teacher with you. Obviously, we both know you're not going to get paid for it, and I know that you work with an after-school care program, and I have no problem with you. Once you're done here, you go straight there. Whenever we have staff meetings, whenever we have something extra going on, I totally do not expect you to stay at all. I know you got bills to pay. I know you got to eat. I know you got things that you got to pay for and all that stuff, and I don't want to take any of that from you. But she was like, essentially, if you want it, it's yours. And to that, I responded, can I think about it? And and I know for some of you, you're thinking, are you stupid? You have a principal that's asking you to take a job before you even graduated. Why wouldn't you say yes? And then I have another group of people like, are you stupid? Do you not realize all the stuff you already have to do? And then you're thinking about taking on this whole shebang of teaching. And I mean, the planning, the implementing, the actual instruction, holding parent-teacher conferences. I was going to do it all. Obviously, like I said before, I would have a mentor teacher in there with me, just to be like a teacher of record, someone whose name would be attached to this school year, to all the data and all that stuff. But essentially, I would be the person to do everything. And like I said before, the mentor teacher was really just for the legalities of everything, as far as, has to be someone certified in there, and that's the job that person fulfilled. And my mentor teacher that I had was amazing. We got along so well, and I could not have asked for anyone better. So to that, if you are watching, thank you so much. We they call us a dynamic duo, and although it is very accurate because we are the dynamic duo, I owe a lot of my success to her. So thank you so much. You are awesome. You are amazing. And I cannot wait for you to see this and make you so proud. But I told her that I would think on it, and I did. I took a couple of days to kind of think, okay, how would this work with a TPA? How would this work with me teaching every lesson every day? Because I already planned on teaching every day, but not every subject. I planned on teaching, one subject every day just to kind of get in that groove of, okay, gotta make sure I'm ready for this, gotta make sure I'm ready for that. But I wasn't planning on teaching all subjects every day. And that is what I was going to be getting myself into if I said yes. I thought about it, talked to friends and family, talked to some teachers about it, and some of them told me, oh my gosh, this is amazing, take it. Some of them told me, oh my gosh, this is amazing, but that is going to be crazy. Don't do it. So I kind of had some leeway. And then I had some people like, just do what you think is best for you and do what makes you happy. And I took all that stuff in, and essentially said, I told her yes, I would do it. The one thing I did want to know before saying yes was what class I was going to be taking over, because I'm very familiar with this school. I've actually worked for the after school care program at this school, so I really, really knew all the teachers, and I really, really knew the school dynamic. And this is a type of school where teachers don't leave. So for a teacher to leave, it was kind of like something's not right. So I kind of wanted to know all that, but she was like, well, I really can't disclose that, mostly because, of just some different things that were going on, but she couldn't really let me know who it was, but I kind of had my ideas about who it was anyway. Yeah, I essentially said yes, I took it, and that's what I did in my student teaching. I taught my own class during residency in Ed TPA, and I survived. And I passed, which is the most important part. It was tiring. I was exhausted all the time. I would wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning, and I would not go to sleep until around 10, 11 o'clock. I don't know how I did it, because I worked before school, after school, and I just don't know how I did it. I don't know how I did it, but I made it through. So yeah, that is my big spiel just on how long I've been teaching. Technically, half a year. Legally, this is my first year teaching. Boom. Like I said before, as far as grades, I've had tons of experience in kindergarten, but the grade I teach is first grade, and I'll also talk to you guys about my background. So boom, question 1, done. Question number 2, what grade do you currently teach, and where do you teach? So I currently teach first grade. Same school, same team, same classroom, same everything. And then I teach in the Middle Tennessee area. What is your school mascot? We are the Eagles. We are the Eagles. And it's super funny because the school that I work at with the after school care program is also the Eagles. So when we have any basketball games or anything like that where we are competing against each other, it's super funny. People ask me who I'm rooting for because I teach here, but I also work there. I always say I'm rooting for the Eagles because they're both the Eagles, and 'tis true, I am rooting for both. Question number 4, how many students are in your class? Last school year, I had 23 students. This year, we got our class rosters, and I had 19. But I just recently found out that one of my kids will be transferring to another school because they are moving to the other side of town. So unless we have some kids register for school right before school starts, I will be at 18. And I will more than likely get all the new kids because I think that my team members have around 20 to 21 kids. So yeah. Number 5, what is your ideal class size? My ideal class size would probably be around 18 to 22 kids. Give it some leeway. I definitely don't want like 25, 26 kids because, oh my gosh, that would just too much for me. And then I also, on the same spectrum, having 13, 14 kids, yes, it'd be super easy. Yes, I could get some fantastic direct instruction, but I think that 18 to 22 would be the perfect size for me. Question number 6. What is your favorite drink at Starbucks? So I'm going to upset some folks by saying this, but I really don't like Starbucks like that. I am not a coffee person at all. Coffee is disgusting to me. When I wake up in the morning, I am just on it. But I'm just, I don't know. I guess I'm special. But I don't really get drinks from Starbucks. What I do get, though, is a peach sweet tea from Sonic. I live on peach sweet teas. They are amazing. They are awesome. I also recently tried peach mango sweet tea from Sonic. If you're not on it, get on it because it is fantastic. You will not be disappointed. I am definitely a Sonic person. Number 7, what is your favorite online resource? I have tons of favorite online resources. Number 1 is a site called Symbaloo. Symbaloo is a website where you basically keep all of your favorite bookmarks. You can also have your bookmarks sorted by topic. All of those categories are called web mixes in Symbaloo. So I have a numbers web mix, I have an alphabet web mix, I have a resources web mix, I have all types of web mixes, and inside those web mixes is where you can keep your bookmarks. So if I clicked on my resources web mix, it'd just be a plethora of resources that I have bookmarked, whether that is Kahoot, Prodigy, all just any resources that I need. I can do that. And the reason why I love Symbaloo so much is that you could set it as your homepage for your kids. So having your web mix set as your homepage when you click on Google is a game changer because in your web mixes, whatever you have bookmarked, it has its own tile. And the tile is just a picture of the website logo. So for Prodigy, when I put that web mix, if you guys haven't used Prodigy in first grade, it is amazing. Sorry, kindergarten teachers. Prodigy starts out at the first grade level, so unfortunately you can't use that. But for my first grade friends, if you don't know Prodigy, get to know Prodigy. That is another online resource that I love, that my kids love. If you don't know, now you know, get on it. But the tile is the Prodigy logo. And the kids all know the Prodigy logo, so when they need to get on Prodigy, they know, okay, I need to click on Google, and oh, there's a Prodigy man. I click on that, and it takes them straight to Prodigy. Greg Tang Math is awesome. Lexia iReady, what we use here at my school, is amazing. Class Dojo, there are some negative connotations that come with Class Dojo, primarily with how they use their behavior management. I personally do not use the point system on Class Dojo. I don't think I need it. I haven't used it at all, and I don't plan on using it at all. I use Class Dojo mostly as a form of communication for parents. I don't like to give out my phone number to parents. I also don't check my emails as much as I should, but I do use Class Dojo to kind of mediate that. So I use their class story to send pictures of what we're doing throughout the day. I'll send the class newsletter out that way, any reminders as far as, hey, tomorrow's PE day, make sure your kids are wearing tennis shoes or they won't be able to participate, or hey, tomorrow's picture day. Just any type of announcements I need to make, I use that doing their stories. They also have the messages part as well, where you can message either a group of parents or you can message them individually. And that has seemed to work for me. Another part of Class Dojo that I'm absolutely ecstatic about, it hasn't came out just yet. It does come out this month, but it hasn't came out just yet. It is the portfolios, the online portfolios on Class Dojo. So our students will be able to take a picture of their work and be able to send it to their parents. And I'm going to be using that kind of as a data tracker for parents to kind of gauge where their kids are academically. That is why Class Dojo is one of my favorite online resources, not so much for why people hate it, but why I love it. Question number 8, describe your perfect classroom. My perfect classroom is just a classroom where our classroom community is just off the chain in a good way. I know that a lot of people talk about, what the classroom looks like as far as decor and I'll need this or I have to have that. I could really care less about that kind of stuff. As long as we have relationships between each other and we respect each other, I can't ask for anything else. That would be my perfect classroom, is where we have an amazing classroom community. We're able to be respectful to each other. We're able to accept each other's differences, but also be able to work as one and know that, if one of us is having a bad day, it is up to all of us to get that friend back on track. Just knowing that we are one unit, we are one small piece in this big classroom puzzle, and that it takes all of us to make that perfect picture. That's my perfect classroom. Question number 9, what is your least favorite part of teaching? My favorite part of teaching most definitely would have to be teaching. Being able to actually be in front of the kids and be able to teach them new things every day, and to see that light bulb go off in their brains. It is just an amazing feeling to know that they are learning from me. I am helping mold the future. I am a teacher. Just being a teacher just really, really is my favorite part of teaching. It's just getting in there, getting down and dirty, and teaching. Least favorite part of teaching would definitely have to be the grading and just the grading, the paperwork, all that jazz. I'm just not it. I might look organized, but oh my gosh, I am the most unorganized person you ever meet in your life. And papers are my worst enemy. When I see papers, I just throw it in a bin somewhere and leave it there and then forget about it. That's how I am. So that's definitely my least favorite part, is the grading and keeping up with paperwork. And then the last question number 10, what advice do you have for a beginning teacher? I think the advice that I would give to anyone, whether you're a beginning teacher or not, whether you are a teacher or not, would just be to be yourself. Be you, do you, don't try and be like anyone else, don't try and do like anyone else. No one can be you better than you. So just, be yourself, don't try and imitate anyone, don't try and be like anyone else. Just, be you. And that is a wrap. Thank you guys so much for sticking with me through this teacher tag. Be sure to like below. Also, be sure to subscribe to my channel. That way, you'll get a little notification every time that I post. I plan on posting on Fridays and Saturdays. If I don't post on a Friday, it'll be on a Saturday. I am super excited to start this journey out with you guys, and I hope that you stick with me through it all. See ya in the next video.